Let's talk to incoming House Prosecutor, Congresswoman Laila De Lima. Ma'am, magandang hapon and welcome back to Storycon.
Magandang hapon sa inyo, Ed, Amy, Regine, and Ronald.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Congresswoman.
Congresswoman, pinapakilala ko rito as political whatever.
Political heckler.
Bagong title.
Political
Hindi pa rin ako
whatever daw.
sanay, Amy. Naninibago pa
Hindi
rin
pa
ako.
sanay.
Yes.
First day ni Congressman
Oh,
as a
Congresswoman,
Congresswoman.
magiging
Hindi,
prosecutor.
bagong
Magiging soon to be prosecutor. Kung
Tuloy
hindi
yan,
po
di ba?
madi-dismiss yung kaso bago mag-trial. Pwede ba yun? Pwede kasi yun ang sinabi ngayon ni Senator Win Gatchalian na baka nga daw pagbotohan ng mga senators yung case to dismiss. Pwede ba yun?
Hindi ho pwede yan. Kasi ano pa ba yung pag-uusapan nila dyan? I mean, nag-file na ng verified answer, nag-file na ng reply, and therefore, nag-join na yung issues. Yun ang tinatawag na joinder of issues. So it's already ripe for trial. Kasi yung mga determination ng mga form, sufficiency in form and substance, ay nandun yun sa House of Representatives. So nakita nila, na ano na nila yan, na verify na nila yan, na niguro na sila, na sufficient yung complaint, sufficient yung articles of impeachment. Ngayon naman, kung ano pa yung mga i-raise nila, yung mga jurisdictional issues, I don't think sa level ng impeachment court, ay pwede nilang i-consider at this point because try and decide. Ang kanilang mandate is to try and decide. Now, they have a pending petition anyway with the Supreme Court. But in the absence of a temporary restraining order, walang makaka-delay dapat, wala dapat magiging impediment or hindrance sa pagtuloy-tuloy ng
Pero Congresswoman, may motion daw kasi to dismiss. Meron daw kasi motion to dismiss, so pwede nilang pagbotohan yon.
Well, yung motion to dismiss, they can of course look at it and they can of course, try to issue a ruling on that. Pero hindi pwedeng dismissal, hindi pwedeng grant. Ang pwede dyan, ino-note lang nila. Duly noted. May ganyang mga resolution duly noted. Kasi nga, hindi pwede, the very idea of dismissal without first seeing and looking and evaluating the evidence is not contemplated in the Constitution.
Congresswoman, when I interviewed you for Long Take a couple of weeks ago, at that point in time, di pa po kayo na-invite to join, formally, you haven't joined formally the prosecution panel, so you haven't seen the actual evidence. I know it's just day one, pero...
you haven't... Up to now, I have not been invited yet.
Okay.
So to any formal meeting of the panel. Yes.
So you haven't seen the evidence either?
They already forwarded the records. I've perused over it. I've started to study that. And so I'm just waiting for an advice or for a notification from the panel na pwede na akong mag-participate in the preparations, in the meetings. But wala pa ho at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Ma'am, the second order issued by the Senate Impeachment Court is for the 20th Congress to certify that it is still interested in pursuing yung impeachment trial po. I'd like to toss you a hypothetical lamang. What if, for some reason, for any reason, by the 28th or the 29th of July, Congress votes not to pursue the trial? What happens then? What happens to the articles of impeachment? What happens to what was forwarded by the 19th Congress? And so on and on. Because this is all, I suppose, uncharted territory. But, what happens then to all of that?
Well, of course, there's always a remedy. Your question is about what if trial does not proceed? What if the impeachment court dismisses the case? Is that the question?
No, ma'am. What if the impeachment court is asking the 20th Congress, the incoming Congress, to certify it is still interested in pursuing the impeachment trial? That's their second order. The first order was complied with already, which was a certification that it was constitutionally, the impeachment was constitutionally sound. So the second was for the 20th Congress to express interest in pursuing the trial. But what if, for any reason, the 20th Congress majority, they decide, they vote na, no, we're not interested anymore because, for example, baka nagbago yung ihip ng hangin sa politika, baka nagbago yung mga alyansa. That's one month from now.
Yeah, okay. That scenario to me is most unlikely. Although in this, in the kind of climate that we have, it's not really completely impossible. But I don't see that really happening because remember that the articles of impeachment, when transmitted, actually carried more than 1/3 votes. A lot more than 1/3, 215, and even more than 215 votes. So I doubt if there's going to be any change of position, a change of vote by the majority of the House of Representatives. So it's not about really yung ibabalik talaga in totality yung articles of impeachment, but just a manifestation, is an information, a manifestation, an information to be brought to the attention of the Senate as an impeachment court, that yes, we are proceeding with the impeachment. Although that's not supposed to be, pareho kasi yung dalawang points na yun, the reasons for the remand are actually very questionable. Even yung pag-remand just to ask for a certification that it complied with all the constitutional requirements, that's not proper. There's no such thing, because the very transmittal of the articles of impeachment to the Senate then in February 5 is already the certification that it is sufficient, that it complied with the Constitution. Now, the second one is more questionable. Not only is it premature, but also because the premise there is that the next Congress the impeachment complaint, the impeachment case would not carry over or cannot carry over to the next Congress, which is the 20th Congress. So I don't know how the House again will act on that. It cannot be seen, it cannot be perceived as really in compliance with the order of the impeachment court, but just for record purposes, that yes, the impeachment case ought to continue.
Paano, as far as the House is concerned, tapos na yung role nila sa impeachment, di ba, Kong? Tapos na yun eh.
Exactly.
Kaya nga itong issue
tapos na talaga. So bakit binabalik pa sa kanila?
Yes,
bakit pa binabalik sa kanila? Tapos na.
Yung issue ng remand.
So ang Senate ang talagang mali dyan.
Yeah. Yung issue ng remand, binabackpedal na nila last week. Sabi nila, hindi naman talaga remand, kundi referred.
Referred back.
Paano kasi yung remand kasi, legally, halimbawa sa ating justice system, binabalik mo dun sa lower court yung buong kaso. Diba? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng remand.
Exactly.
Binabalik mo yung buong kaso. Dito, parang humihingi sila ng clarification. Kaya hindi talaga siya remand. It's more clarificatory. Diba?
So it does not nullify. It does not nullify all the things that the House of Representatives has done in compliance with their duty under the Constitution. Hindi yun nullify, hindi yun reverse, hindi yun iniiba. So tama, yung the use of the word remand. Kaya nga hindi dapat talaga ituring na remand yun. But when it comes to court cases, remand has a technical meaning that should not have been or cannot be applied dyan sa impeachment. Kasi nga, hindi naman nullify yung mga ginawa ng House, yung sa proseso ng kanilang pag-adopt nung impeachment complaint, the fourth verified impeachment complaint, all the way to the transmittal, the due transmittal of the articles of impeachment. So walang nababago doon. And that's why the House needs to be careful also on how they will approach it, on how they will respond to those so-called orders from the impeachment court without being seen as accepting the propriety and the validity of that move on the part of the Senate, and at the same time cannot be construed as being disobedient, that they can walang contempt of the Senate as an impeachment court.
Yes, ma'am. But the fact, ma'am, is
Congresswoman, may
that
sarili kasing diksyonaryo yung Senate doon sa 19th Congress. Pero paano nga kung magbotohan sila on the motion to dismiss at dinismiss? Ano ang magiging recourse ngayon ng prosecution team?
Supreme Court.
Of course,
Ano
I
ang
cannot
pwedeng
speak
gawin?
Of course, I cannot speak yet officially on behalf of the prosecution, but
Yes.
The prosecution needs to raise that because it's a very valid constitutional question. And saan pwedeng erase yan? Wala nang iba. The Supreme Court. Although ordinarily, ang position ko sana, Ami, is that sparing lang dapat ang pangingialam ng Supreme Court. As much as possible, the Supreme Court should not be interfering or intervening sa mga issues surrounding the impeachment unless glaring ang error, glaring ang violation ng Constitution. And it will be a clear case of violation of the Constitution kung i-dismiss nila at this point. This is premature because no trial because trial is yet to be made. Yeah, so pwede talagang idalhin yan. That's one of the instances when pwede talaga na mag-exercise ng judicial powers ang Supreme Court over impeachment issues or impeachment matters.
I was gonna say na if there's anyone who knows about cases being remanded, it would be you because the Court of Appeals, diba, remanded your case back to the Muntinlupa RTC. Na ngayon, you've been acquitted once again over these illegal drug charges. Congratulations, by the way. But also, what do you lawyers think? Ito na ba yun? Is this the end? Are you home free? How do you lawyers feel?
May ihahabol pa ba yung kabila?
Mag-remand pa uli.
Pwede pa ba yun?
Wala na akong nakikitang dahilan o anuman na talagang dahilan o punto na pwedeng erase by anyone, kasama na dyan ang Office of the Solicitor General, and even on the part of the Court of Appeals itself. Kasi in the very first place, questionable talaga yung pag-remand na yan. It was sort of unprecedented. Nagtanong-tanong ako sa mga practitioners, and they said na ngayon lang sila nakakita ng isang kaso na pinabalik yung kaso dahil hindi na kontento, hindi na satisfy dun sa itsura nung decision. But there was never a categorical ruling there that the acquittal, the very judgment of acquittal was erroneous or invalid na ino-overturn. Na kasi kung gano'n ang nangyari, so dapat pinabalik na ako ngayon sa kulungan. Kung reverse nila yung acquittal. But what they did is just to tell the respondent judge, can you please, in simple terms, can you please rewrite the judgment of acquittal? Kasi kulang-kulang. So that's exactly what the trial court judge did. So tinulat niya ulit. So may mga dinagdag siya. But still, he was firm in his position that his decision, including the original decision, was clear enough in laying down the factual and legal basis for my acquittal. But just so to comply, because it's a lower court. So it's inferior than the Court of Appeals and is being ordered to do that by a higher court. So we had to do that. And so ganun ang resulta. In other words, dalawang beses ako inacquit. So we have a case of double acquittal, a case of double jeopardy. I hope that it does not translate to a triple jeopardy. Siguro naman kontento na sila sa dalawa lang na acquittal. Kasi kung magiging tatlo, talagang world record yan.
Don't be too sure.
Pahabol ko lang kasi sabi niyo dati you are considering filing cases dun sa mga behind wrongful prosecution or malicious prosecution. Kumusta po yan? Itutuloy niyo ba yan?
Oh yes, definitely. Nung nung campaign period, nung election period, talagang pinahold ko na muna. I didn't feel comfortable na magiging issue yan, gagamitin ko issue sa pag-campaign ko. I just wanted to really concentrate on the merits of our party list as a party list, as representing various sectors. But ayaw ko na muna sana, ayaw ko na mga ihalo ko pa yung issue na yan. So pinahold ko. So now, lalo na yan, settled na, supposed settled na dapat yan. I don't expect any other moves or any other action that may again jeopardize my status of complete freedom and acquittal. I pinago ko na uli. So in a few weeks, we will be filing the first of those cases.
Congresswoman, nagmi-meeting na ba at
Yes.
saka nag-i-strategize, nagpaplano na ba yung prosecution team ng House?
Ang alam ko, yes, they've been meeting regularly.
Hindi pa sila na ano.
Right up to now, kami ni Congressman Chel Jokno, hindi pa kami na-imbita formally. So we haven't attended yet any of those meetings. But as I said, pinadala na sa amin yung records. We have the records already of the impeachment and the related materials, related reading materials about impeachment. So anytime we expect that they will invite us.
Sorry, Congresswoman, coming back to your answer about wrongful prosecution suits, can you give us a preview? Sino po yung kakasuhan natin and what court are you looking at?
My lawyers have advised me not to announce that yet. the particulars about those cases, possible cases.
Okay.
But certainly, kasama dyan yung dating Secretary of Justice and several others. Those who have actually coerced, threatened, and influenced, pressured certain witnesses. Those who were used as handlers of some of these witnesses who eventually actually recanted or signified their intention to recant.
Okay.
So we will be announcing in due time the particulars of the cases.
Okay, fair enough. We will call you back in. Hopefully, you'll be available the day that you're able to file these cases so we could get more details. But for now, we'll leave that there. Thank you so much for your time today. Incoming House Prosecutor, Representative Laila De Lima.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Congresswoman.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.